coming to you with another West Virginia Wednesday. My hair is messed up today, but I'm here and ready. I've got a little something about Easter that I want to go over, and then we're going to make a couple Easter cards. I thought that would be fun today. That'll be my craft for today. How's everybody doing? How's the weather where you're at? We have a beautiful sunshiny day, if you can't tell with all the shadowy stuff in my room. I'm back at my West Virginia corner. It's hanging out, waiting for somebody to come in and let me know they're here. So hopefully this works out pretty good. Well, hello. How are you? You have to, if you want me to know who you are, you'll have to comment so that I can at least say hello and everybody else knows you're here and everything. Hey, Linda, how are you doing? I'm guessing you guys and your kids are getting ready for Easter as well. That we're working on it. So I'm going to wait just a few more minutes, guys. Try to get me in here. See if I can pop up on this laptop. Sometimes that works and sometimes it don't. Good deal. I'm glad you're doing good, Linda. I hear they're having a yard sale downtown on the 22nd of April. Is Kitty going to have a yard sale then too? Or has she said anything about it yet? So, what we're going to do, we're going to talk about Easter. What it is, what we're going to be doing for Easter. We'd like for y'all to say what you're going to be doing for Easter, what your favorite meal is for Easter. If you have any community events that's going on, I looked it up, and I should have wrote them down the other day when I found them. I found several, but today I couldn't seem to find them, so I'm not sure if I didn't put the same thing in Google, or sometimes when you Google it, you get different results each and every time. I'm not sure why that is. But we're going to go ahead and get into this. Easter, as everybody knows, or everybody that I know knows, is, hey Tim, is a Christian holiday where we mark the resurrection of Jesus after his 3 days of being in the tomb. So Easter marked at that time, it wasn't, I don't think it was called Easter, but anyway, it was a mark of a joyous time at the end of Lent, where they had give up. Remember, we talked about it at the Facebook Live, where they had given up basically most of the things that they liked in trying to get forgiven for any sins that they had done during that amount of time. So at the end of that 40 days, Easter was like you weren't fasting anymore, so you were a little bit on the happier side that now you can eat what you want, and everything that you were supposed to do before that time was taken care of. So that's a reasoning behind the Easter celebration that we celebrate now. So I just thought I would pitch that out. I don't know all the ins and outs because a lot of it is more of a religious turn on it. So by all means, listen to your preacher. Listen to anybody that goes to church on a regular basis. That's just what I feel and what I've researched this morning. So I'm hoping that gives you a little bit of it. And yes, we talked about having a yard sale on April the 1st. Yay! Oh, that's this weekend. Let me know, because I missed the last one. I was not feeling well, so I couldn't come to the last yard sale, but I definitely will be at this one. And my sister said anytime Kitty's having a yard sale, she will definitely be there. So, if you get it worked out, let me know. Yeah, we're going to have a dinner for our little group on April the 8th at 3 o'clock because my mama always had Easter. We took turns off at different holidays. And I would usually do Halloween, but she would always do Easter. So when she passed, I asked the family if it'd be all right if I took over doing the Easter dinner at my house. Well, we did it last year, and then, hi, Melissa. And so we're going to do it again this year. What's on the agenda for my dinner so far? We're going to have ham. Janet Kay's going to bring chicken. And I have a request to make sauerkraut and wieners. The fellow that comes to our family dinner, he always, no matter where we're having a get-together, he wants sauerkraut and wieners. So, I seen... Wow, that's great. Man, don't tell me that, Timmy. You know me. I'll be up there buying everything she's got. Anyway, that's good information. I just wondered also, if you don't have a dinner specifically at your house, maybe you go out to dinner. Maybe you and a couple of people, or just your husband maybe. Y'all go out to Easter dinner. Of course, going out to dinner now, you could probably have a whole family dinner for about 20 people. Hello? So, I don't know, though, the price of food, I guess everybody is preparing for the worst as this inflation gets on, but we're not going to go there. We're going to have a good day. We're going to have a good day. But another thing I researched was, why do we celebrate with eggs? Well, the reason that we celebrate is eggs represents a new birth or a rebirth. You know, that egg being the chicken. And the old story is which come first, the chicken or the egg, but, you know, I never know. And then the egg symbolizes the new emerging, or this egg symbolizes the new emerging from the eggshell as Jesus did from the tomb. So I guess when you have a little chicken that grows in there and pops out of the eggs, that's why it's representative of Jesus coming out of the tomb, because his rebirth, was at the coming out of the tomb. During the beginning, or during the heavy part of when Lent was really strict, you could not eat eggs at all. They wouldn't let you have eggs. So at the end of Lent, somebody would put a little egg in a basket. So it was like the people that hadn't had eggs for 40 days, it was like giving them a treat. So that's how come Easter eggs is such a part of Easter. And colorful Easter eggs, you know, after a while they just came into being, because, as with me, all things colorful are fun to look at and enjoy. The Easter Bunny tradition was brought to us by the Germans. The Germans brought us a lot of things overseas. And I'm not complaining, because somewhere in all my genealogy, I have German descent. I don't know. I think it's on Grandma Hankins' side, I think. But anyway, that German Easter bunny was called the Osterhas. Osterhas. And he was an egg-laying hare. You believe that? I had never even heard that the Easter bunny actually laid eggs. But the children would make a nest so that the hare could lay the colorful eggs. I thought that was... These are just little things you find off of Wikipedia. If you're ever looking for anything, now, Wikipedia is one of those places that they try their best to be truthful. But it's only in what person is putting the information in Wikipedia as to how truthful the information ends up being. The chocolate egg started as a symbol of fertility, before Christ's resurrection, and then it came a representation of that very resurrection. Easter is also called Pascha, Pascha, or Resurrection Sunday. And that's an important day. If nothing else, if you don't do anything else on Easter Sunday, when you get up, just thank the good Lord that he did suffer through all those things, the 40 days, the terrible time that he had with his own people, not even accepting him for who he was, putting him to death on the cross, and then the wonderful, wonderful, wonderful resurrection that he did. You know, that gives us all the hope that we need in these crazy times that we got. We're going to make it. We're going to come out the other side. And then there's Easter games. I don't know if any of you guys have played them. They're egg rolling. I've never even heard of an egg rolling game before. Easter games. I don't know if any of you Oops, my sound's up. Let me put it down. But egg rolling is one of them. Egg tapping is another one. Pace egging is another one. Confetti eggs are another one. And the only one of the 5 that I found that I do is decorating eggs. And I do like to. I'm not a child anymore, but I like to just grab those things out and just put it into you boil the eggs. That's a done deal. Then you just put them in the color and they change. You can make different colors. You can make stripes. You can make 2-colored, 4-colored, whatever which you want. You can just be, for that 15 to 20 minutes, a kid again. And you should always strive to be a kid again. It's all well and good to be an adult, because that's what we are, but it's still good to just be a kid, especially if you've got grandkids or great-grandkids that, you know, their mothers are working or their dads are working or whatever, and they don't have the opportunity to partake in Easter egg coloring. Grab them up. Just enjoy that wonderful experience. We've done it several years with the kids in our family, and we really have, us big kids have as much fun as those little kids do. Hey, Stanley, I seen somebody say hello, Kathy, but I didn't have my messages up, so I didn't know that was you. And I was wondering myself personally why it's called Good Friday, since that was the day that they crucified Christ. It says it led to the resurrection. This is why they call it Good Friday. That if he did not die on the cross, it would not have led to his resurrection and the victory over death and sin and the celebration that we get to have of Easter, because he died for us, so we can enjoy all of the blessings of heaven when we get there. And then there's another something that's done. You know how you take Easter eggs and you go out in the yard and you hide them Easter eggs, and them little kids just have the best time going out there and finding those Easter eggs. Sometimes people put money in them. Sometimes they put little gifts in them. When we were little, all you did was have a colored Easter egg. If you was lucky that you took out of your Easter basket on Easter morning, and then you went out and hid your own Easter eggs and found them. Well, we did that. We lived down below my Grandma Hankins, and up on her little yard, right there between either side of her little sidewalk that went down to the road, was a nice flat area, and we'd go up there and we'd hide them Easter eggs, and we'd find them, and then we'd take them back out. We'd hide them so many times them eggs didn't need to have their shells cracked on them because they was already cracked. Well, I'm assuming that we left one hidden, nobody found, and we didn't count them, because about June, I was down there on those steps that led down to, Janet will know what I'm talking about, that led down to the road, and I found one of those Easter eggs. Shell still intact. Old girl decided, Well, we're just going to say, oh no, don't ever bust one of those eggs that's been setting for that long amount of time, because it was awful. The smell would knock you down. So I learned a lesson at that. Either find them all or let the creatures eat them. Do not open a 2-month-old Easter egg. But the resurrection eggs is another game that they play. They use the same little plastic eggs that you would use to put your gifts in or your money in or something else. But in this, you put a little part of the resurrection story into 12 Easter eggs and hide them. And then when everybody finds those Easter eggs, they tell the different parts of the story of the resurrection of Jesus. I've never done that. I think it would be interesting, and maybe we will try it. Maybe I'll try it this year. I'm not sure. But I think that would be something that would be interesting for everybody to know the steps. I'm sure they have it printed out somewhere that so you would be able to get the resurrection story intact and just get it, print it out, put it in your little eggs and hide them, and then just let everybody take a turn reading the different, if they found, whichever number they found, they would wait in line, and you'd start with number 1 going all the way to coming out of the tomb. So I think that would be a wonderful, especially if you were in Sunday school, or just you was having a church social or something for the kids for Easter. I think that would be a really good something to. The Easter Bunny is wonderful. Don't get me wrong. I've done many things on the Easter Bunny. I love the Easter eggs. I love the just whatever Easter that there is. But the meaning of Easter, like the meaning of Christmas, is very important to keep first and foremost. And then once you keep that, the rest of it is all just there when you need it. Okay, let's see. I think that's about all I have. Now, I am going to go over one thing that I did find for Easter. This is on the 1st of April as well, down at Hawksnest State Park. From 8 a.m. to 11 a.m., they are going to have breakfast with the Easter Bunny. So if anybody has little ones that would like to go down, and I think we have a picture of one of the kids with the Easter Bunny. There were a lot of pictures with kids with Santa Claus, but I think I only remember one picture that we have with the Easter Bunny. So, if you don't have any questions or then I'm going to go on to the next part of it and do a couple of, show you how to put together a greeting card and how to pick and choose, how to use stamps, how to use, with markers. I'm not going to use my Cricut for this. I decided that everybody doesn't have a Cricut, so I'm just going to use regular everyday stuff and then just put that together a couple cards. So I'm going to put you down and let you watch. Make sure that's covered in good. Okay, what we're going to do, this is a paper cutter, but you could use a ruler and a pair of scissors. That would work just fine. I just like the ease of a paper cutter. They run you roughly around $10 at a store. So it's well worth the investment. This is 110-pound card paper, but you could use the regular paper that you get at Michael's, 65-pound. That would be plenty big enough. I just happen to have this in my arsenal, so I'm going to use it. I'm going to make it a 5x7 card, so we're going to cut it right here at the 7 mark. Wait a minute. About to do that wrong. The short way at the 7 mark. Because this is 8 and quarter or something. 8 quarter. Or 8.5, sorry. So we're going to get rid of this piece. We don't need this. Now on this long side, we're going to cut it down to 10 inches. Because that will make it a 7-inch, or a 7-inch tall card by a 5-inch wide card once we fold it. Okay, so now we can get rid of this. We don't need it anymore. And now we'll bring in what we call our scoreboard. You can get all different sizes. This is just a large one that I happened to pick up from Martha Stewart, I believe. No, EK Tools. The other one, the little one I have, is from Martha Stewart. So we're going to put this piece of paper in here. You can see all the little ridges. It just makes folding so much easier. Makes a nice crisper line. And you put it down there and you pick the middle. This is a tool you can get from Dollar Tree store. It like makes flowers, but I like it for a good scoring tool. And you just rock down the middle. Now we're done with that one. So then I'm going to fold it inward. Take this thing and just make that look like that. So now we have our card ready. Okay. On the outside of it, because if you write on this cardstock with markers, it bleeds through. So to avoid that, I'm going to use a second piece. I have my little bunny. I'm going to make this little grass underneath him, have him hopping over here, and then I'm going to put Hoppy Easter on the top of it. So let's try that. These are Art Skill markers. I think I picked them up at Michael's. So if you like to have good markers that have both the thin end and the wide end, you can see, here's the thin end. And there's the wide end. Okay, we're just going to hold this down and draw inside that line. This I did make on my Cricut. I tried to do it where it would cut and it did cut the grass out, guys. But there were so many little pieces I couldn't, my hands wouldn't let me work with them. Because I end up with cramps on me. So I hope you can see what I'm doing. I'm just using that stencil and drawing in with the marker. You can use paints, you can use crayons, you could use pencil crayons, whatever you have in your particular set of craft supplies. Okay, there we go. Now when you lift that up, you have your grass down there. Now I'm going to take my bunny rabbit, put my marker back up, and I'm going to use a little bit of tacky glue. Turn him over so I can get him on the right side. And I like to just take a little paintbrush and put it all the way out to the edges. That way your design will stay all the way down on your paper. Okay, let's put him on here. There's my bunny rabbit jumping out of the grass. And now, I'm going to use this little stencil letter set that I got at Dollar Tree several years ago, but you can still get them. It's about the right size lettering. And I'm going to put Happy Easter on it. Now I'm going to use this really pretty, but I'm going to use the thin side. The thinner side. And then you bring it up. Now line up the bottom of the letter with the bottom of the last letter that you did. And it still might come out a little crooked. I gotta stand up, make sure I can get it lined up as even as I can. Now, I'm doing this a little fast because I don't like to keep you all very long, but you can take your time and do it. That way you can make a sign as to what you want to say. You don't have to go to the store, although it's easier. I'll give you, it's easier just to go and buy what you want. But it still just feels good when somebody likes the card and knows that you took the time out to make it for them. Make sure it's right. Spam risk because I did it again, guys. I think they should ban that. What do you all think? Of course, I wouldn't get half phone calls if I didn't. Let's see. Where's my tea? There it is. And the E again. Just think what the possibilities are if you did it yourself. You could take a napkin and decoupage it on there. You could take stickers and put it on there. This is going to be off, but... Alright. So there you go, guys. Look how good that looks. So now what we're going to do is, I'm just showing you the steps. Oh. Okay, so right now what I'm going to do is I'm going to put, let me get the other one again. Oh. Well, I lost the one I was wanting to use. So we'll just show you by using this one. This is what they call an ink pad. Generally, you have a black one. That's the one you need, but you can get them in any color on the planet. But if you're going to put in letters, like we're going to put on the inside of here, have one that says, "Have a nice day," but in the messing around this morning, I have misplaced it. So I'm going to put on "Enjoy Life." You just open up your ink pad, which everyone has been giving me a fit today. There we go. Set it down. Put your stamp on your stamp pad. Just put it down in the ink. Make sure you get it good and covered. And then take it and set it where you want it to go on your board. Put it down and make sure you get over all the areas where there, don't rock it. Just put it down in there. And look, it says enjoy life. So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to go back with my tacky glue. And I'm going to put a layer of glue all around the outside edge of this. And I'm going to put this picture down on top of it. That's why the lettering didn't go through. And now I have a really pretty Easter card to give to somebody. Just sign it and send it. If I find my envelope maker, I'll show you how to make an envelope for it. But you could just hand deliver this to somebody if you wanted to. Or put it in a regular 5 by 7 envelope. But there's one. And here is the one I made earlier today. See, this was the one I wanted to have a nice day. I wanted to put that one in there, but I missed it. I have little bird stamps that you could put in there. But this one just says, "What? Hello, spring." So if you weren't a big Easter celebrator, you could just get you some flower stamps, same stencil with the little grass down on the bottom, and put the letters in on the top. You could say, "Hello, Kathy." You could make your card so personalized that they would just absolutely, their jaw would drop open whenever it happened. I'm going to do a whole video series on making cards when I find my envelope maker. I couldn't locate it this morning, but there you go. Does anybody have any questions? You could take anything. You could take these little peel and stick things from Dollar Tree store. All you have to do is lay them down on your piece of paper and scratch them with a tongue depressor or a popsicle stick or something and put them all over that front page. You'd have it, and then open it up and say, "Hey, hello, how are you? Long time no see." So the ideas of making a card is just as simple as it can be. Let me turn you back up. I used to make cards all the time. I've sent them to several people. You can get as intricate as you want to. I have done some really intricate cards, but it takes a while. They're beautiful cards when you get them done. And if you're going to one only, yeah, by all means, they've got tons of tutorials on YouTube on how to make different cards. The Paper Posh lady is good at making all kind of paper products that you could do. And I would like to do some of that right now. I'm finishing up my 23 and 23, guys. Kitchen Part 2 goes up on Saturday. I've got it edited and ready to go. So I'm going to be working in the spare room and really make it look like I am inviting somebody and come and stay the night with me, instead of that garbled up mess that's in there now. We moved the wardrobe from in there, which it was plumb full of my blankets and quilts, which I need to downsize, into the pantry to put our coats and stuff in. So now all the extra blankets are sitting in there on the bed. I've got to go through them. But I will do that probably Friday and Monday and have that to go up just before Easter and have it ready for them kids to come in. All right, guys, any questions? Anybody got anything that they want to say about Easter? Did anybody find any particular things that's going on? I'm really interested in Kitty's yard sale, Linda. So if you get a chance, just send me a messenger message or have Kitty to tell Mandy, just let us know, because we really, really like her yard sale. She does a fine job. Okay, guys, it's been 34 minutes. So, thank you for everybody showing up. And we'll see you on Facebook Live next Thursday. Y'all have a wonderful day. Bye-bye.